We're taking an in-depth look at how crime in our area is impacting local families.
Last night, we introduced you to a mom who lost her son to gun violence. 17-year-old Marcus Jones was shot and killed a block away from his Davenport home last August.
You know, that's a human being, that's a life. And to take that, I mean, I just don't see what's in a person's mind to be able to, to justify it.
Marcus Jones' mother, Carrie Nunn, thinks the community is lacking positive role models, and she's not alone. Tonight, in the second part of a special series, KWQC's Morgan Ottier talks with local police, outreach organizations, and former felons about the impact of violent crime on area teens and how the community can help.
And we can't afford to write off a generation.
Reverend Dwight Ford is the executive director at Rock Island's Martin Luther King Jr. Center. The center works with hundreds of kids year-round. Many of them are considered at risk.
All kids are at risk developmentally, of making bad decisions. And of course, it depends on who gets to them first.
On an average day here at Scott County's Juvenile Detention Center, there's 11 kids living inside. Now, the director here tells us their charges range from assault, sexual abuse, drug possession, trafficking, even murder. In Rock Island County, on average, there are 13 kids being detained each day.
Reverend Ford believes we as a community can reach these kids before they reach the juvenile detention centers.
We're not going to incarcerate our way out of this challenge.
And that's something local police are working on.
Not only to serve as a role model, but also to hopefully enhance our relationships so that kids and the community feel comfortable coming to us with issues.
Davenport Police Captain Brent Biggs says the department is trying a variety of new initiatives. Some are as simple as making connections with kids and teens in the community.
They may get out and play basketball with kids. They get out and just talk to them. They pass out the police department badges, their stickers. They just want to have some type of positive interaction.
Still, Captain Biggs says a good relationship with law enforcement isn't the only solution.
The police are one aspect of it.
Even with local outreach programs, Reverend Ford is noticing that many kids are still slipping through the cracks.
The King Center is just one entity. We're very proud of this entity, now 40 years in the exact same spot, doing some extraordinary work for the community. But the truth is we have a waiting list.
We looked into it, and many of our youth outreach programs are at capacity right now. The Boys and Girls Club of the Mississippi Valley has nearly 40 kids on its waiting list, and here at Big Brothers Big Sisters, well, there are 175 kids on the waiting list at any given time.
It's full. There's a waiting list that you're never going to get in.
As a single mom of 2 growing boys, Carrie Nunn spent years looking into programs available to keep them occupied and out of trouble. She could never seem to find the help she needed.
When a child does start to get in trouble, there's nothing to get them out of it. There's no avenues that a parent can even take to get the help.
Now, with one of her boys murdered just a block away from her Davenport home, she's worried about future generations and where they're headed.
I think it's not just a problem with the kids. I think it's a problem with society in general.
There are definitely noticeable differences in the way that we grew up and the way that so many are growing up today.
He says there used to be a larger sense of community, and that's what's missing today.
Let's bring back the sincere state of neighborhood, where we essentially had neighbors.
Neighbors, not just people who live next door.
People that you can count on when you go out of town to watch and mow the grass for you. People that will collect your mail and keep it out of the rain and wait till you get back.
That sense of community is something 41-year-old Ramsey VC is trying to bring back.
I have to go out there and give it to the community and the experience that I've experienced and the things that I know now.
VC spent more than 3 years in prison on drug charges.
But just that there put a fear inside of me to say, man, you got to do something.
After his release, VC started a local boxing club for kids.
It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of courage, a lot of discipline.
The Rock Island Boxing Club works as a diversion for local kids by providing an outlet for their energy.
It's been a blessing because I know that I'm doing something positive, and I know that I'm trying to make a difference within the community through these kids.
VC is one man who wants to make a difference, and Reverend Ford says we could use a few more role models like that.
Whether or not there's a budget, we still have to do what we can do to take care of people.
Nunn is urging everyone to get involved too. before more young people like her son are killed.
You just never know what he could have been, and I'll never know that.
Now, if you want to help, the MLK Center, the Boys and Girls Club, and Big Brothers Big Sisters are looking for reliable volunteers. We have links to each of those outreach centers on our website, kwqc.com.